Hi, I'm Jim Preissig, and it's Midweek at the Summit. We're in the midst of this preaching series entitled Pillars, which is all about what are the pillars that sustain and strengthen our faith when it seems like everything around us is shaking and collapsing. The cool thing is, one way or another, we're trying to answer your questions and feed your faith in such a way so that you can stand fast, stand strong in the midst of all the uncertainty of the world. I've been getting questions. Last week we talked about Scripture, and someone asked me, okay, where do I start? I want to jump in. I want to begin to learn, understand. Here's my suggestion for you. Begin with Luke and Acts, two great texts from the New Testament, both written by the same person, the wonderful physician who was the traveling companion of Paul. And it gives you a great introduction to the life of Jesus, his death, his resurrection, and then the earliest church. Luke and Acts, great place to start. I just received an email question that came from one of you today. Someone wrote, "Hello, Jim. I'm struggling with a simple question that I'm sure is not an original one. It's eating away at me and I need help. Why are some prayers answered and others not?" And then this dear guy from church goes on to elaborate. Why are some prayers to save one child answered and others not? And other examples. He's asking a great question, and it's not a simple question at all. And from my mind, the best I can do, the best I can offer is two ways for you to begin thinking. First of all, we see a swath, a fraction of life that is so narrow and limited. And God, who stands outside the time, space, matter continuum, sees it all. And so I have to trust in the goodness of God and the assurance that in all things God is working for the good for me. And I don't understand, in fact, there are no answers this side of heaven as to why God answers some prayer requests one way and others not. It's a simple act of faith and trusting in God. But more than that, I think sometimes we get prayer wrong because we assume that prayer is an opportunity for us to persuade, to cajole, to convince God to come over to our understanding and answer our requests. Whereas I really believe the purpose of prayer isn't to change God's mind, it's to change our hearts and bring us to the point where we can pray as Jesus taught us, not my will be done, thy will be done. Because that is the act of greatest faith and trust in God. That in all things you can say, okay, God, I trust you. I believe that you are good and loving and that you are working for my blessing. Show me how I can live so that that trust is evident in my faith and the peace I find in living. This weekend, we continue the conversation, and the pillar that we're going to be focused on is a survey of the Scriptures, Old Testament and New, that relate to the question of free will. Do you really choose? Does God give you a choice? Is that why there's evil in the world? Come in and join me. In person, people are coming back, and I love to see you, or virtually, but come and be part of the pillars of faith and allow God to strengthen your faith. My prayers are with you. I do love you. I hope to see you soon. God's richest blessings.